On.
Here's Aloisi for a place in the World Cup. He scored! Australia!
Their exploits on the field make them idols to an entire nation.
Oh, an edge! There it is! Look at the Aussies!
Heroes performing under the spotlights.
Is put down. The siren sounds. Canada have won it.
However, a day comes in every professional athlete's life when it's time to hang up the boots, put the bat to one side, and step back into the real world. The transition from fame and the rush from competing in front of hundreds of thousands of fans every weekend to ordinary life can be a challenging experience.
Professional athletes and Australian sporting representatives live in the adoration of hundreds of thousands of fans throughout their careers. They serve as ambassadors, as leaders and as representatives, both on and off the sporting arena. As the AFL, NRL and Super Rugby seasons commence, the question is posed: is it up to the individual athlete to carve his future path, or is it on the organisations to create opportunities for them in their transition?
I think it's both. I think there is definitely a duty of care from the organisation, because you're basically using these guys.
Richard Harry, a hard-running loosehead prop from the Australian Wallabies glory years, believes that sporting clubs have a responsibility towards the future of their players.
So I think, yes, definitely from the sporting bodies, and we've seen that. There's been a huge transition in the last 10 or 15 years in regards to, preparing players for life after whatever their sport is or whatever their pursuit. The second part to that is the player has to embrace that. You can't have one without the other.
Programs and opportunities created by sporting bodies and professional clubs for its athletes is fast on the rise, as the challenge that many athletes have faced is becoming clearer with the times. But are sporting clubs and professional organisations giving enough support into athletes' lives after their careers?
Yeah, the AFL Players Association harp on it a lot because it's it's a tough one, I think.
In his rookie season playing for the Greater Western Sydney Giants Football Club, Jack Buckley is receiving the benefits of clubs and sporting bodies' shift in preparing athletes for life after their athletic pursuits. He recognises the need for education, as professional sport is not sustainable as a career past the age of 30 in many cases.
Oh, big lick put on Jack Buckley there by Tommy Bell. Welcome to the big time, young man.
So it's more up to you if you want to, it's in your hands really, how much you want to do it through in your career. But there's platforms there, and the club also, in our first year, there's a thing called the Giants Apprenticeship Program.
These programs and work training schemes have more benefits than just the futures of athletes after they retire. They can also play a key role in the mental health of athletes during their time playing professional sport.
And not only for the actual point of transition, but also for their well-being, off the field now. That whether it be study, whether it be work experience, or aligning them with different organisations, they can start to get their head. Because it's nice to actually get your head out of the game. It's very consuming. You live in a fishbowl, right? Being a professional sportsman, you do.
One of the main difficulties that faces athletes when it is time to step down from a professional level of their sport or pursuit is a feeling that suddenly all the structure that their lives were based around is stripped away. Consistent issues highlighting athletes not coping or managing the transition from professional status into normal life continue to emerge, standouts being mental health issues and disabling behaviours.
It's just 24/7, even your downtime is structured because its downtime is in preparation for your uptime. So it's a very, very cloistered environment. So to get out of that with a different headspace.
In a recent series of interviews with the Weekend Australian, former Olympic champion Ian Thorpe believes more needs to be done in combating the issues that hundreds of professional athletes face upon retirement.
Thorpe has proposed an overhaul of how elite sportsmen should be mentored, having experienced and witnessed the obstacles that athletes face in post-career transitions. The biggest issues noted: the change in routine, with players stripped of routine and programs.
And you got such a tight schedule, and everything's built around this schedule. And so once that leaves, I could understand how players would know really what to do.
These changes that are being implemented across sports codes by both clubs and the sporting bodies themselves are a positive sign that the care and support for athletes' transitions from professional careers is being taken seriously, compared to that of 10 or 15 years ago.
From the TARS and the professional organisation, no assistance at all?
The difference clear between the times in talking with past and current athletes.
So the Players Association have a lot of stuff in place, like a player retirements fund,